Check, check, check. Check, check, check. Oops, I don't know if people can hear me. Hold on. Oh, good. Good morning. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good. There she is. Okay, that's one. Before I go live, I want to make sure that we're all good. How? You gotta get ready. Here's your stuff. Okay, get your bag. Good morning, Mama. Can you hear me?
Good morning.
Good, good. Okay, so far so good. The libations look really good. I don't know if you saw it on Facebook, but it looks really good.
I did. I saw well, I saw the first part.
Oh, okay. Oh, good.
Yeah, I saw the first part, and I did get some of the interviews. Yeah, that was nice. That was nice.
It was good. Okay. All right, we're going live. There's Selena. Okay. There's that. Make it. Oh, yeah, I will make it bigger. Hold on. Okay. And let's make sure we got to go out of this video. Mom is also tracking. All right. I think we're live. Let me see. Oh, there we go. Yep.
Okay. So I want to say good morning to everyone who is here sharing in our Food Warriors live session this morning. My name is Mama Hanifa Adjuman. I am one of the founding members of the Detroit Black Community Food Security Network, and I also serve as the coordinator for our Food Warriors Youth Development Program. And
good
our
morning,
Food Warriors,
Mama
good morning. Our Food Warriors meet virtually the second and fourth Saturday of the month. This is our Saturday Community Food Warriors program. So if you're interested, if you have a little one between the ages of 5 and 12, and you're interested in our Food Warriors program, you can reach me at Adjuman, ADJUMAN @DBCFSN.org. Okay, so this morning, before we begin our actual activities, we always begin with our Food Warriors Pledge and the Nguzo Saba. Mama Erin, can I share the screen?
I believe so. Let me make sure that I have it set for anybody. Yeah, multiple. Okay, try now.
Okay. All right, excellent. Okay, so our Food Warriors Pledge is, okay, our pledge is up. What's happening? Okay, you all just, oh, I don't know why my screen is blinking off and on. Okay.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I'm trying to.
Okay. All right. So, Food Warriors Pledge. I take pride in being a food warrior.
Well, we're
I
getting.
take pride in being a food warrior.
We're still getting a black screen, but I think.
Are you?
Me too.
Oh no.
Hold on. Okay.
What's happening? Okay, let me try it again.
Yeah, let me make sure I have the settings correct. I think I do. All right. Yeah, I do.
Do you all see it now?
I just see a black screen with
You
some
just-
green on it.
See it? You just see a black screen? Oh, wow.
You
It
can,
says
A black
I am,
screen with some green.
okay.
you can send it to me. And
Okay, it
I can-
says that I am sharing, so I don't know
Yeah, I don't know why. Either.
why it's not,
That's all right.
why it's not working. Okay, well, this is what happens with technology sometimes.
I know. Oh, look.
Okay, so you know what?
There we go. Yeah, if you send it to me, I can. Yeah, there's some calorie shows. If you send it to me, I can share it. Or
Okay, let me see if I can send it to you right quick before,
and we might be able, if you unshare and then reshare. Sometimes that does it, but let's see. I'm sorry, what a bummer. Okay. You see, there's some stuff in your bag, Hanifa?
okay. So let's do this, Mama Erin, because I don't want to waste a lot of time because we only have an hour. And I did have a, can you all hear me?
Yep. I can.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
because it looks like I'm really, really slow. Okay, but we have an activity and I did have a PowerPoint presentation before our activity, but because we're having some challenges, that's okay. So generally we say our food warriors, we recite our food warriors pledge. And after the food warriors pledge, we also, the children recite the Nguzo Saba, which are the 7 principles that most of us know as the 7 principles of Kwanzaa. But as has been explained to the food warriors, even though we celebrate those 7 principles for 7 days out of the year, from December 26th to January the 1st, those principles are actually values that should be evident in our everyday living. So these are values that should guide our behavior and the ways in which we relate to our family, our friends, and our community. Because we are celebrating the 15th anniversary of our DBCFSN D-Town Farm Harvest Celebration, one of the things that I wanted to do today is talk to our food warriors about traditional African harvest celebrations. This is something that we learn every year. Today we are going to talk about the Hamawa Festival. And again, I had a presentation so that you all actually see the pictures, but the Hamawa Festival is a harvest celebration that is part of the traditions of the Ga people of Greater Accra in Ghana, West Africa. And the word Homowa, which is spelled Homowo, means, literally means to hoot at hunger. And the reason it's named the Hamawa Festival is because many, many years ago, hundreds of years ago, when the Ga people first migrated or immigrated to Ghana, West Africa, they were faced with a famine. And a famine is a period of time where there is no food growing. because of a lack of rain. And due to this famine, many of the Ga people were hungry and many faced starvation. As is a part of our cultural traditions, the Ga people began to pray to the Creator and to the ancestors to please intercede on their behalf, and the rains came. Because of the rains, the Ga people were able to have an abundant harvest of maize, which is another name for corn. And out of that abundance of the harvest, they created the Hamawa festival to give thanks and to pay homage to the ancestors, to thank the Creator for bringing the rain, which allowed them to have an abundant crop so that the people would no longer face starvation. Well, now the Hamawa Festival is a big festival that happens depending upon the group, because there are several groups even within the Ga ethnic group. And depending upon which group you're in determines when your Hamawa celebration takes place. So generally the celebrations can begin as early as May, but they culminate, and culminate is another word for end. So the festival begin around May and they end in August or September. One of the major festivities of the Ga Hamawa Festival, of course, is what? Food. And the traditional food for the Ga Hamawa Festival is something called kapoi. And this is a traditional food that's made with maize, because again, maize or corn is the crop that the Ga people planted that brought them out of the famine. And one very interesting thing about the Hamawa Festival is that a month before the festivities began, there is a ban on drumming, singing, and general noise making. So there can't be any drumming, there can't be any singing, and there can't be any loud noise making. And this is because the Ga people believe that it will interfere with the growing and the harvesting of the crops. But after the month-long ban on the singing, dancing, and general noise making, the harvest festival begins and all of these activities can resume. Another of the important parts of not just the Hamawa Festival, but with traditional African harvest festivals, as well as ceremonies, communal community gatherings, is masquerading or mask. And so one of the things that we are going to do today is, I thought that it would be wonderful, since the Food Warriors session today is a part of our 15th annual harvest celebration, that we begin our own Food Warriors tradition. Usually this time of the year when we are talking about and learning about traditional African harvest festivals, one of the masks for the past several years that we are focused on is the Baole mask. And this is my mask from last year. Okay, this is my Baole harvest mask from last year. But I decided that rather than us focusing on the Baole harvest mask, that we would create our own tradition. And today we are going to create what will be known as the Food Warriors Harvest Mask. So everyone in your packets for this week, you received a mask template. This is your mask template. And then you receive all of the materials that you would need so that we can use I am not going to say which are 7 principles we are about to engage in, but I'm gonna let one of the food warriors tell everyone which one of our 7 principles do you think that we are about to engage in with our mask making? Who would like to tell us? Which one of the 7 principles do you think that we are about to use? All right, Cicely Allen, which one of these principles do you think we're about to participate in?
I forgot that I needed to change my mind, but
It's okay.
Kind of looks like Iguzo
7 principles.
Saba.
Right, but which principle in the Nguzo Saba?
Is it face creativity?
I think I heard you say it.
Is it faith?
Well, faith could certainly be a part of that.
It's creativity?
All right, creativity. And what's the Kiswahili word for creativity? In the 7 principles.
Nguzo Saba.
Well, that's all of them together. Okay, Destiny's iPad.
Ujima.
Ujima is what's Ujima?
Huh?
Tell us what Ujima is.
I remember the words, but I forgot it.
Okay, Ujima is collective work and responsibility. So yes, we are also going to engage in Ujima. Can you think of another of the principles that we are about to engage in? So we're going to use our math template, and we are going to use all of the materials that we received to, as Joycelyn said, to create a mask. And creativity is which one of those principles?
Ujima, I think.
Ujima's collective work and responsibility. It's Kaumba. Kaumba, creativity. Okay, so we are about to use our Kaumba to create our Food Warriors Harvest Mask. Now, I'm gonna take a brief pause because in our October session, we learned all about garlic, correct? And we also planted a garlic clove. And so I just want to get an update from everyone. How is garlic growing? How is your garlic growing? Okay, here's mine. Can you see that? Can you see the little green stalk? My garlic clove is ready to be planted into a larger pot. I'm going to put it in a larger pot. And when this gets about 8 inches, then I'll be able to cut it off and use it in my recipes. Okay. So you all, I hope you are still tending and nurturing your garlic so that you are able to enjoy it in a dish that you are going to help prepare with your family. Okay, so I just wanted you all to get an update on the garlic and see how mine is growing. And hopefully your garlic clove is growing as well. Okay, so back to our activity. That was just a sidebar. Back to our activity. So the first thing that we are going to do is everyone should have scissors in your packet, and you want to cut out your template, your math template. Okay.
So
I'm
cut out the mask.
Yes, you want to cut it out. So you want to take your scissors and cut it out. This is always the fun part. So as we cut out our mask, what are some other activities you think happens with traditional harvest festivals? Anybody have any idea? I know at least 2 people have been to one of the D-Town Farm Harvest Festivals. Are there anything, is there anything that you would like to share with our audience that you have participated in at either the D-Town Farm Harvest Festival or possibly other harvest festivals that you may have participated in? Has anybody been to a harvest festival? Has been to a harvest festival? I know one person on here has.
I've been to the harvest festival. Have you been to the harvest festival?
2 people.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've got 2 people.
Mhm.
What are some things that you've done at the harvest festival?
How do you cut out the eyes?
Well, you know what? Don't worry about the eyes, okay? Don't worry about the eyes. I'll show you how to do the eyes.
And the mouth.
Yeah, the eyes and the mouth, you don't have to worry about that right now. As a matter of fact, you don't even have to cut those out if you don't want to. Okay, you might just want to decorate it. Okay, so now what you want to do, now that you have your mask cut out, what you want to do is begin to decorate your mask. Now, before last year with my Viole mask, I actually colored in the mask. Well, this time I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do something different. I think for this one, I am going to take my markers, but this is not, because I'm doing this doesn't necessarily mean this is what you have to do. Because again, each one of us possesses our own unique kaumba creativity, okay? And so what you want to do is use your kaumba to create the mask, your mask, the way you want to create, okay? And so some of the things, well, I know one of the things that I'll miss the most about not being in person with our Harvest Festival is making pizzas in our pizza oven at the town farm.
So we just start coloring, go stupid, go crazy, right?
However you feel you want to create your mask is what you do. There is no right or wrong. Always remember that. Using your kaumba, your creativity, there is no right or wrong. It's only your unique expression. And we all have unique creative expression. So don't ever let anybody tell you that something that you have created in art is wrong. That's your unique artistic expression. Therefore, it can't be wrong. What you are doing now is creating something wonderful. Like you all created those beautiful masks last year. And so we talked about earlier when I talked about the Homawa Festival, I talked about the importance of the traditional food of the festival, which is the kapoi kapoi. And even though at our harvest festival, we always enjoy the pizzas, and we know that pizza is not necessarily a traditional food, but it is a tradition of our D-Town Farm Harvest Festival.
Bless you. Pizza is definitely one of my traditional.
What other types of foods do you think are displayed or are enjoyed at a harvest festival? Donuts, okay. Donuts.
Barbecue chicken wings.
Barbecue chicken wings, okay. What else?
Fruit.
What types of fruit?
Spaghetti. Grapes, strawberries, kiwi.
Apples, yes, apples. Okay, because this is apple. Well, we are just moving out of apple season. What? I'm sorry, what did you say?
I said fufu.
Yes, fufu. And what would you eat fufu with?
Salad.
Rice and chicken.
Rice and chicken, okay. And one
Also,
of my favorites, which is peanut stew.
one of my favorites is tofu.
One of your favorites is tofu? Okay. Well, you know what? When I make peanut stew at home, I actually put tofu in my peanut stew. But I love dipping my peanut stew with the fufu. What else do you think we find, or some of the activities? What are some of the activities that we participate in at the D-Town Farm Harvest Festival? You see, we might have people who are watching live who've never been to a D-Town Farm Harvest Festival. And so next year, when we're able to come back live and in person, we want to make sure they are excited about coming and participating in the Harvest Festival. So what are some other activities at the Harvest Festival? Or what are some activities? Because we haven't talked about
Board games.
Board
Hole
games.
punching, I think.
I don't know if we've done board games
The hole punch.
at the Harvest Festival, but we do play different games in the children's area. Who remembers the hayride?
Not
No
No.
one remembers the
Yeah,
hayride. We
put
have
the noodles in the cabinet.
Leah,
Oh, definitely.
were you gonna say something?
I was
I'm gonna cook
stretching.
them, just not.
Oh, you were
not-
stretching. Okay. So
Yeah.
we have hayride. We have relay races. We have all kinds of arts and crafts in the children's area. But then there's a lot of activities, not just for the children, but for the adults as well. Because one important aspect of not just the Harvest Festival in general, but of traditional African culture is intergenerational participation. And so what that means is we have activities for children, we have activities for the adults, young adults, middle-aged adults, and also the elders. And so we want to make sure that we have things for the entire community to be able to enjoy and to participate in. We've had yoga at the Harvest Festival. We have traditional African drum and dancing at the Harvest Festival. And oh my goodness, what about the music? Last year, well, not last year, but because last year, unfortunately, we were virtual as well. But our 2019 Harvest Festival, we had Mollywop. And Mollywop is an awesome, awesome band that Baba Malik plays the bass guitar. So yeah, we have all types of activities. We have cooking demonstrations. What would a Harvest Festival be without a cooking demonstration? And of course, we have lots of vendors. So these are all of the activities that we participate in at our live in-person Harvest Festival. And so we are going to hope that next year in 2022, we can be back at the town farm in person. And we can also share the Harvest Festival online. And that way we'll be able to reach many, many, many more people. So how are we coming with our masks?
Or are we just coloring, or can we glue stuff on too?
You are coloring. I am now about to add some of my well, I have some black eyed peas.
A couple of colors.
And I always love adding those onto my mask because did you know that black eyed peas were indigenous to Africa? And so I always include those on my map. But yes, you are coloring and we've got some raffia. We've got raffia to add to your map. But again, this is your own unique Kaumba creativity. And so however you want to embellish, add things, beautify your mask, you are free to do so. Because this again is for creative expression. And so with your glue, once you take the top off, you're gonna have to take your scissors and snip off the very top to open it up.
Right here, Mary.
And so because I love the color purple, I'm adding purple to my mask.
So what are we doing? I was still coloring for a minute.
Are we still what? Okay, think of it
Still coloring for a minute.
think of it as an art class, okay? So, and I don't know how well you all can see this. Oops.
So are we like gluing the stuff on?
If that's what you want to do. Those are your options, okay? I wanted to give you all as many options as possible to be able to create your mask. Some things you might want to include.
So you're the one that
you may
says
not
tacky
want to
glue?
include. So that's up to you. For instance, everyone may not necessarily want to add the raffia to their mask. I just think it's cool. I like to add raffia. That's why everyone received a hole punch. And that was the purpose of the hole punch. So if you wanted to add raffia to your mask, you can either glue it on, or you can put.
No.
You have it. You can either glue it on, or you can punch holes and.
Mama Hanifa, do you like mine?
Let me see. Hold it up. That's awesome. That's awesome, Kyrie.
Thank you.
I love that.
When?
Okay.
I'm not going to color this. Look. Now I'm going to the other side. Here.
Okay, hold them up so we can see. Now I'm adding raffia.
Decided. Look, look at the eyes. Keep it. Can you look at the ice cream? Yes. Okay. Wait and see. Sorry.
And after our food warrior session ends, I want you all to be sure to share with your family that the Harvest Festival is all day today. And you can get it on Facebook. You can it on Facebook Live as well as on YouTube.
Look.
And I think at after our Food Warriors session at 12:30, Mama Neza will be doing a food demonstration. So that's gonna be fun.
That's a big color. Show your eyes, Wood. Look at this.
Okay. And to get Marafia.
You need them out.
Okay.
You don't have to. You look at it.
Okay, let's see what else we have. Oh, we got some bells, and there were some cowrie shells. So you can add your cowrie shells and your bells.
This is my math.
I'll give you chocolate.
And everyone should have received a little stick. And so if you want to mount your mask on your stick, and for those of you who want to cut out the eyes, then you can have it mounted. Or if you don't want to mount it on your stick, this is another option. You can mount it on a sheet of construction paper, like I did last year's mask. And then after I mounted it on the construction paper, I then put it on this board. So we've got lots of options.
No, that's me.
Lots of options. Now, when we meet for our next session, which will be the 4th Saturday, that will be our food demonstration session. And the food that we will be highlighting will be the sweet potato. And one of the reasons that we highlight the sweet potato during the harvest season is because we also talk about the sweet potato and the yam. And even though we call a sweet potato a yam, it really isn't. A yam and a sweet potato are actually two unrelated plants. But one of the reasons that we call the sweet potato a yam is because when our ancestors when our ancestors were first brought to this land, one of the first things that people do when they find themselves in an unfamiliar place is to find something that reminds them of home, to find something that is familiar. And so when they saw the sweet potato, it was the most familiar thing to them, to their traditional yam. And they began to call the sweet potato a yam. But a yam is, again, not related to the sweet potato and the yam are not related, not even cousins. But we will make something, our recipe will be use the sweet potato as the main ingredient. I think last year we did sweet potato muffins. This year we'll do something different. What do you all think we should make in 2 weeks for our
Zucchini muffins.
well, we're using sweet potatoes. Remember, sweet potato is the highlighted
Sweet potato
food.
pie.
That sweet potato pie. That's possible.
Mama Hanifa,
Yeah,
look, this is what my mask looks like.
let's see. That is awesome. That is awesome. Wow, I love that. Can you all see that? That's awesome. Okay, so I heard sweet potato pie. Are there any other suggestions for recipes?
Ooh,
muffins,
muffins, definitely muffins.
Beautiful. I love the pink and the purple. I love that combination. All right. All right. And I see some raffia going on. Excellent. So again, you all are using your kaumba to create something unique, something wonderful, something that expresses your creativity.
Mama Hanifa,
Yes.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
Have you ever tried ube before?
Have I ever tried what?
Have you ever tried ube before?
eBay?
Ube.
Ube. No, what is ube?
It's basically a purple. It's a purple yam, like an actual purple yam.
Uh-huh.
And when you mix stuff with it, it gives it a purple color.
Oh, wow. Where do you find ube? Oh, ube is the name of the dish.
Ube is the name of the yam.
Oh, it's the name of the yam. Oh, wow. Okay, see, I learned something new. Thank you. Now, where do you find ube?
I don't know. I'll tell you in like a few seconds.
You'll tell me in a few seconds. Okay, can you find it? Here in Detroit? Have you actually had it?
Apparently there is ube at this place in Detroit called Joe Randazzo's Fruit and Vegetable Market.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've been to Randazzo's many times. Okay, so have you ever eaten it?
No.
Oh, okay.
Know that it exists.
So are there any other suggestions? I heard one sweet potato pie.
We could make sweet. We could make. We could make candied sweet potatoes.
Candied sweet potatoes.
Sweet potato whipped cream.
Sweet, sweet potato with cream. Wow. You know what? I'm gonna see if that is a thing. And if that's a thing, we might do that. I don't I don't know if sweet potato whipped cream is really a thing, but if it is, I know where to find it.
Yams are.
And that is Pinterest.
Do you put sweet potatoes or yams in your peanuts too, Mama Hanifa?
I have. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I also I also do sweet potato, kale, black eyed pea soup.
That sounds good.
Which is really good.
Mm-hmm. And good for you. Mm-hmm. You painting your stick?
I think we should do sweet potato ice cream.
Sweet potato ice cream.
That does actually exist.
Now that sounds quite interesting. Sweet potato ice cream.
I need
Well,
that in my life. I'm hungry.
Well, if we were in person, that could really be a thing because we have an ice cream maker.
Now this is my whole time. I'm done.
Sweet potato ice cream. I heard somebody say that's really a thing. So
Yeah, one
I'll have to check into that.
them with my head.
How about who's ever had sweet potato pancakes? Sweet potato waffles?
Me, I love them. They're so thick and delicious and warm.
I've had sweet potato pancakes, and I've actually had beet pancakes before.
Beet pancakes?
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
There's such thing as beef pancakes.
Beet, not beef.
Oh.
Beet.
If I made a pancake out of a bee, I'd feel bad.
Well, now we've done in Food Warriors, we've done beet red velvet cupcakes, and they're delicious.
Ooh, let's make sweet potato syrup.
Sweet potato syrup.
Yes.
You all are coming up with some very unique ideas. Maybe we'll have to actually do some research and try some of these things out. Yeah, because just think, Dr. George Washington Carver created over 300 different products, both food and non-food products, using the sweet potato.
I want to make sweet potato water.
Sweet potato water.
Yeah.
That might be a thing.
Water infused with sweet potatoes.
You just have to like blend the sweet potatoes and then put like cinnamon. Actually, I just made that up. I don't know how to make it.
Well, but again, now what are you using? You are using your kaumba. And who knows, you might try that and that could become a thing. Yep, that could become a thing. And because of you, everybody will be drinking sweet potato water. You might be on to something. That's how new or different food products are created. Someone uses their kaumba, they get an idea and they try out their idea. And if it doesn't quite turn out to be what they were expecting, effective the first time, then they don't give up. They just continue to work with it and change something that they didn't really like the first time and try different things until they have the perfect recipe. That would happen. Sounds like a project to me. Sounds like a project. Sweet potato water.
Hole punch down.
Okay, how are we coming? We got about 10 minutes left. And if you are, but I don't want you all to rush, okay? Because even if we don't complete the mass before noon, you all have the remainder of the day to complete your mass. And then what I want you to do after you've completed your mass, I want you to take a picture of it and send it to me so that I can put all of the masks together and post them. So everybody, awesome, awesome. I love it. I love it.
This is what mine look like now.
Let's see. Awesome. All right. Oops. Well, I just dropped that one. So I think, okay, who can tell me one thing that you remember about the Hamawa Festival? Who can tell me one thing? Okay, Aaliyah?
They have fun activities. They make food. And I can't remember the other thing.
Okay. What does Hamawa mean? What does Hamawa mean? Anybody remember?
It's the 7 principles.
No, that's not what Hamawa means.
I think it meant something about being hungry.
Very good. It means to hoot at hunger. It means to make a mockery or to make fun of hunger. And the reason they named it the Hamawa Festival is because they were able to overcome the famine and to grow an abundance of food and defeat their hunger and starvation. And so they named Festival Hamawa, which means to hoot at hunger. And what is the name of the group of people who created the Hamawa Festival? Anybody remember the name of those people? The Ga.
People, right?
The Ga people. G-A, Ga. And where do the Ga people reside? Where can they be found? Where do they live? Where do they live?
In Ethiopia?
Nope, not Ethiopia.
live in like Africa?
They live, yes, they live on the continent of Africa. Is a group of continental African people, but what country? Anybody remember the country?
Ghana.
Say it loud.
Ghana.
Ghana, yes, the Ga people reside in what is known as the Greater Accra area of Ghana, West Africa. Okay, so Ghana is a country on the continent of Africa, and it is located in the
What?
western part of the continent. So Homawa means to hoot at hunger. And it's a traditional festival that celebrates, that highlights a people's ability to overcome adversity. So that's what they're celebrating. They're celebrating their ancestors' ability to overcome adversity. And in that celebration, it is a reminder to all of us that even though we are all faced with adversity, with things that might happen in our lives that may make us feel like this is really, really, really something that's really, really bad that's happening. If we remember to use those 7 principles, umoja, which is the first principle, which means unity, to strive for and maintain unity in our families, in our communities, in our nation, and in our race. So when we are faced with adversity, to remember that the first principle, the first thing in overcoming any adversity is for us to come together on one accord. Also very important, and all of those 7 principles are important. Imani, which is that last principle, to have faith. We must always have faith that whatever the adversity is, that we can overcome and we can come through and we will be victorious. And even in the story of the Hamawa festival and the Ga people's ability to overcome famine, to overcome hunger and starvation, so that they could hoot, they could laugh at, they could make a mockery of their adversity. We also see Ujima, collective work and responsibility, which is that 3rd principle, to make our brothers and sisters' problems our problems and to solve them together. So again, we always remember that those 7 principles in Gu Saba is not just something that we celebrate 7 days of the year from December 26th to January 1st, but these are values, that that should be represented in our relationships with one another 365 days out of the year. And so with that, my beautiful ones, it is now 12 noon, which means it is time to end this Food Warrior session. And so I thank you all for being here. I thank those of you who are live streaming with us. I thank you for being with us. I do apologize that you weren't able to view the PowerPoint presentation that we had, but Food Warriors, we will see the PowerPoint presentation the next Food Warriors session before we go into our food demonstration, so that you all can see the beautiful pictures that are representative of the Hamawa Festival as it is celebrated in Ghana, West Africa. To all of you, enjoy the remainder of our Harvest Festival. Take good care of yourself. Continue to be safe and be well. Bye-bye.
Bye, Mama Hanifa.
Bye-bye.
Have a good weekend.
Oh, and you all as well. Thank you.
All right, all of you, thank you. All right, and we are, if you are still joining us, you just got to see the Food Warriors live with our masks. And we will be taking a short break for lunch. And then at 12:30, if you want to make your lunch, Mama Neza will be joining. We'll be doing a food demonstration. We will go back live with a food demonstration from Mama Neza. Thank you for joining us. Can you say bye to everyone? Say Happy Harvest Fest. What do you want to say? I can't. Oh, you want to get your Food Warrior sweatshirt? Yes, there are food. Oh, yes. You gotta say it. Oh. And then we will see you for the food demonstration with Mama Neza. Thank you. Say bye.